What is up, my friends? I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. I know I am, that is for sure. And that is because today I will be bringing y'all my full line review of the Plateau energy drink, or otherwise known in Quebec as Plateau. Now, this is, of course, an energy drink from Quebec, fully owned and made in Quebec. And this is basically positioned, at least how I see it, as like a modern energy drink, or like it's like a standard energy drink, but like a modernized version of it, right? So you're thinking of like your Monster and like your Monster Ultras. It's kind of like that, but a bit of a newer take on it. So this energy drink is owned by Platto Motorsport. So basically, they're like a motorsport brand, and they decided to release an energy drink. And so I'm gonna be here trying it for y'all today and seeing how it's like. And but before I'm trying it out, I guess I should talk about the flavors they have. So they have a peach, a blue raspberry, and just recently they came out with a strawberry watermelon. And they have sugar and sugar-free versions of all of those flavors. And now I suppose I should talk about their energy blend as well. So the sugar-free flavors have, of course, no sugar and 15 calories, sweetened with sucrose and acesulfame potassium. And the sugared flavors have, I believe, 55 grams of sugar and 220 calories. Um, and the sugar drinks also have sucrose in them as well, I believe. And so for the actual energy blend itself, for some reason it's different between the sugar and sugar frees. So but only slightly. So the sugar free cans have 161 milligrams of caffeine, um, and the sugar versions have 167. I don't know why there's that distinction, but it is there. That's the only distinction in the actual energy blend. So you're also getting 1,800 milligrams of taurine, which is fairly standard, um, as well as 625% of your niacin, B3, 588% of your B6 or pyridoxine, and 625% of your B12 as cyanocobalamin. And so that isn't it actually. There's more to it. So the part that I'm not really the biggest fan of is that there is branched chain amino acids in here, or BCAAs. They're never included in like adequate amounts in energy drinks. There's just never enough of it. If like, I think there is like one drink that has enough of it and it tastes bad because of it. So yeah, it's a shame, but I mean, it doesn't really do anything bad. It's just there. It's like kind of a deceptive marketing, just a tiny bit, because it really doesn't do anything in the amounts they have. But it is what it is. And for the final ingredient is where it gets super good. This is the part I'm actually very hyped about, because this has, as you can see right here, 500 milligrams of alpha GPC. And it's a cool ingredient for like what does it do? It boosts cognitive performance, and that leads to like better focus and also better workout performance as well. But what are my thoughts as a whole on the branding of the Plateau energy drink? Well, overall, I do quite like the overall vibe of the branding they're going for. I think it's pretty cool that they're like a motorsport company that's branching into energy drinks. I think that's actually like super cool, because usually you have the companies like Red Bull that are like sponsoring the motorsport event, but this is different. You have the actual like motorsporting brand making the energy drinks. And I think that's just awesome. And it's like, I don't know, it's just a good vibe for an energy drink to have. And the marketing really sells that vibe well, in my opinion. A quite cool looking can. I'm gonna show you all the back as well. And yeah, I just like it. And so I'm gonna be I think I'm gonna be doing like one can of these a day. I'm gonna be trying the peach and the blue raspberry, both sugar and sugar free. I wasn't able to get my hands on the strawberry watermelon quite yet because it's a newer flavor and they're a bit expensive to get shipped over to where I am, but no complaints on my behalf. So we're just going to be trying these out and I'm going to let y'all know what they are like. So starting out with the sugar-free peach Platto energy drink. Let's get this cracked open. And let's have a bit of a smell before we actually try it out. Okay. Okay. Bit of a definitely getting like the standard peach flavor. Bit of a candy like smell mixed with like the fruity base, but we're just gonna try this out. So cheers. All right, so you're definitely getting a good peach flavor out of this. It's a bit of a mix between a natural peach juice kind of flavor with a more candy-like flavor, but I'd say it's more juice than it is candy-like. My one gripe with that is I feel you're not getting um quite the caliber of strength of flavor that you would be getting out of a standard energy drink brand. Like I'm mainly comparing this to Monster Ultra Peachy Keen. And while I think that drink could have been a bit stronger, especially in sourness, I definitely enjoyed it a lot, and I think I do enjoy that flavor more than I enjoy this one. And another reason for that is I feel this is very interesting in terms of carbonation because I think it's more of a like low to medium carbonation. Like this is probably like maybe like a 1.5 or a 2 out of 5 on the carbonation level, which is incredibly low compared to standard energy drinks. And while there's nothing wrong per se with that, overall, when I'm ranking energy drinks, it's going to be based on how well the flavor is done and the strength of the flavor, especially when we're talking about like the great flavors. And so, nothing bad about this drink, I will say. Like the flavor is good. I just think in the standard energy market where everything is usually so strong, outside of some exceptions like Celsius and things like that, the competition is to get a good flavor and to make it strong. And they got a good flavor with this. I just think if they upped that carbonation, they made it a bit sweeter, a fair bit more sour, and overall just upped the flavor profile a tiny bit, I think would definitely have made this a more enjoyable drink. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with it per se, as I said. So, what am I going to give this out of 10? Let's see. So just for some context, in what I'm comparing it to, the Ghost Peaches was a 9.2. Monster Ultra Peach, I'd give it like a 9. And the Rockstar Peach, which you might not have that in the US. Canada's Rockstar distribution is incredibly different than anywhere else. But I would give that one like probably an 8.5. And so comparing this drink to those, I'm going to give this I'm like stuck between, I think, yeah, 8.7. This is going to get an 8.7. It's a good drink. There's no argument about that. I just think in this market of very strong, especially candy-like flavors, I think they could have went a different direction with it to make it a much more punchy flavor, and I would have like appreciated that a lot more. But overall, a good drink nonetheless. So I will see y'all next time with another review. Thank you. What is up, my friends? I'm back again, this time with the Platto Blue Raspberry Sugar. And so Vari went over all that's in this, so nothing else to do but crack this open and see what this is like. So let's get right into it. Cheers. So the carbonation on this one is a bit more on the medium side. It's still, I find, not heavy enough compared to other drinks in this like category of energy drink. But for the flavor itself, you're definitely getting a good solid flavor out of this, and it is like a solid blue raz, of course. What I find quite interesting is there's a bit of like almost a creaminess on the back end, which like gives it like this almost light refreshing touch, which is pretty nice. And for the strength of the flavor, it's still similar to the peach, in that I think the flavor could definitely be amped up a fair amount and it would benefit it. But I think overall the sugar and sucralose blend that's similar to what Monster uses in some of their drinks, it does work well with this drink and makes for it makes the flavor a bit punchier than I find the sugar-free peach had. And but yeah, for the strength of the flavor, it's pretty similar to the peach. You're getting like a high end of medium. No, I'd say you're getting like a low end of high sweetness. Probably, and like a high end of medium flavor profile, and probably like a medium, low medium sourness. It's not too strong on the sourness, but it's definitely there and still helps the flavor out a fair bit. But overall, I definitely and the only one I've tried so far is the sugar-free peach. I definitely enjoy it more than that one, and I would rank it over the sugar-free peach. I think I would give this. Let me to take another sip. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of. Lord, what am I? Okay, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. That taking that sip reminded me there's a bit of like almost an alcohol like taste to it. It's not that, but it's like there's a bit of like a note of something else in the flavor. I don't know if it's similar to that creaminess I was getting, like if it's another aspect of that part of the flavor. Not too sure. Not Lord, not too sure. But nonetheless, it's still a good, solid blue raz flavors. It's not on the level as most blue raz flavors. Well, most like modern blue raz flavors. Comparing this to like Prime and Rise, specifically, even Monster Ultra Blue, I would rank all of those a fair bit over this one, but it's still a great flavor. And similar to the peach one, I would rank this over the Rockstar Blue Raz flavor we have here. So still competitive drink nonetheless. Just there's a lot of good, amazing, solid Blue Raz flavors out there, and this is one of them. If you're looking for something that has sugar, this is like basically, at least in the Canadian market, I think this is actually, this might be your only option right now. And, well, one of your only options. I don't know. I haven't had everything, especially from Quebec, but yeah, a good option if you're looking for a like low, high flavor profile, blue raz flavor that uses sugar. So yeah, overall, pretty good drink. All right, so I'm back again, this time with the Platto Peach. This is the sugared version. So nothing else to do but to crack this open and see what it's like. So this time, okay, so Caffeine Man does this thing where before he takes the first sip of a drink, he just pauses and looks at it and really focuses. It's like, I didn't know why he did that until he explained it more recently, but it's kind of like a mindfulness thing, and I really rock with that. So I'm just gonna like do that. So cheers. Okay, so off the bat, I was expecting this. I was like, this isn't a surprise to me, but it's not as good as the sugar-free version. I generally prefer sugar-free drinks or artificially sweetened drinks, and this is no exception. I think the sugarness, the amount of sugar gives it this almost heaviness in the taste. This almost like, it's not syrupy, but it's giving you that syrupy kind of vibe when there's a lot of sugar. And I don't exactly rock with that, especially in a peach energy drink like this. I think peach juice is generally delicious when it's sweetened with sugar, but peach energy drinks, I really don't see as much of the appeal, with the exception of the Monster Monarch. That one is quite delicious. But yeah, overall, sugared peach energy drinks, I don't really get the appeal of them, and this is no exception. So no hate on Platto as a brand. This is just my view on these flavors as a whole. Definitely not as good as the sugar-free peach. But still a great drink. Doesn't take away from the fact that the flavor is a good flavor. I just think the sugariness kind of overpowers some of the pleasant aspects of the peach flavor, and yeah, that's not very pleasant in my opinion. But let's see what else flavor wise we can get out of this. I think the carbonation is slightly higher than the sugar-free peach, and that might just be like certain cans being different. But I would say that the sugar-free peach is like a 1.5 in carbonation out of 5, and I would say this is more like a 2 maybe. And it's not a massive difference, but I think it is. I do notice it. And flavor-wise, I guess the sweetness is probably about the same, but I'd say this one, the flavor profile is more of like a medium flavor profile. Maybe, probably, no, I'd say it's like a medium, like a high end of medium flavor profile. So probably like a 6 out of 10. And the sourness, I will say, is also not as high as the sugar-free peach flavor. I'd say this is maybe like a 4 on sourness. It's not very high at all. But if I had to give this an overall ranking, I think I would give me another sip before we do that. Honestly, it's growing on me. The sugar isn't affecting it as much as it did when I first started drinking it. I think I'm going to give this an 8.5. It's about on the same level as the Rockstar Peach flavor, which is another sugared flavor. And yeah, I feel like I've said pretty much all I've had to say about this drink. It's not something I would actively buy again, I will say that. But just sitting here drinking it, I don't mind it at all. And these kind of flavors, the sugared peach, they aren't to my personal preference. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, of course. But yeah, that is the Platto peach sugared. All right, we are back once again with the final Platto energy drink, the sugar-free blue raspberry. So nothing else to do but to crack this open and to see what this is like. Okay, so off the bat, quite similar to the sugared blue raspberry version. I'm getting that same like creamsicle sort of like aftertaste from it. Overall, I do like it. The flavor profile is fairly high. I'd say this is again like a low, like on the low end of high for the flavor profile. Same with the sweetness, I would say, and the sourness is a fair bit low. I think it might be lower than the other blue raspberry flavor. And the carbonation is probably, I'd say it's a medium carbonation. But overall, yeah, for the flavor profile itself, it's a fairly solid blue raspberry. But I do prefer when there's more sourness to it than this. It's not very high at all on that mark, but overall, it's still pretty solid. Let me think of what to rank this. So I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It's about on the same level for me as the sugared blue raspberry. And it's not often that they're on the same level. Usually I prefer the sugar-free flavors. But yeah, for this one, I like them both equally. The flavor profiles are about just as strong. And yeah, so I guess... Oh, yeah, okay, hold up. And now, a cameo from the legendary M, who will now try the Platto sugar-free
I look like a redhead.
I disagree.
Okay, maybe it's just my vision.
Let's get to it.
Okay, what is this?
The Platto sugar-free blue raspberry
Where did
from
you get
Quebec.
it? Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, I brushed my teeth and it's still good. I don't like, you know when you eat blackberries and it's yucky when you have like fruit after? It doesn't do that. You can eat that. You can drink this after you brush your teeth, guys. I like it. It's better. It's like a zesty version of a raspberry slush from Slush Puppy.
I see it.
Like yeah. It's a sparkle version of it. There's an aftertaste to it. I think. Do you
see like the cream kind of flavor
yeah.
in aftertaste?
Yeah.
I feel like there's something else to it. Like it's not just that though.
Yeah.
No.
But I like it.
Yeah.
It's not a gross aftertaste. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's just something else.
Maybe it's also just the fact that I did brush my teeth earlier. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like it. I would actually drink this.
What would you give it out of 10?
A 9. I can't really give it because I'm saving my 10s. I'm saving my 10s.
I'm saving my 10s.
Yeah.
I don't have
I
a
don't
10
want to
yet.
give 10 to everything.
Yeah.
Energy drinks tend to be very delicious and sweet, and I like sweet things. But because of the aftertaste, that's throwing me off a little bit just because I don't know where it comes from. It could be from brushing my teeth, but it's yummy.
Hell yeah. All right. So that concludes my full line review of, well, not, okay, technically not full because we didn't have the strawberry watermelon, but full for the time line review of the Platto energy drink. So overall, a pretty solid drink. I think the average is probably like 8.8. Not quite on the level of my favorites like Bucked Up and Rise, but a very solid energy drink line nonetheless. And I'm looking forward to trying their new flavors and to enjoying all of the other cans that I had in the case I got. So
I'm gonna go on YouTube and look up your YouTube thingy because I want to be your first viewer.
You're not.
I'm not?
I have a lot of, I get views.
No,
I don't get a lot of
I'm
views.
ready though.
Oh, but I'm not uploading right now.
Okay, well tell me before
I
you
will.
do.
Okay.
So then I can get ready.
So yeah, that concludes the review. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all having a fantastic day, and I will see y'all on the next one.